ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Hometown Cable. Wild Bill Chase and Calvin Castine here. Beautiful downtown Plattsburgh. We're at the Field House semifinal game, Class C, Section 7. We got Northern Adirondack Bobcats against the Tupper Lake Lumberjacks. They're introducing the entire teams. There's Travis Love, Josh McNeil, Nate Rock, Doug Alexander, number 13, Jake Bertrand, number 10, Josh Clark. Now the starting lineup.
Starting five, number 24, senior Jeremy Scott.
Jeremy Scott, number 24.
Number 30, junior Jim
Supley, number 30.
Number 23, senior
Danny Myers, number 23.
Number 14, junior Kyle Brassard.
Number 14, Kyle Brassard.
Number 20, senior
Donnie Laporte, the fifth starter, senior. Bobcats coached by Mr. Mike Recor. The home team today is Tupper Lake Lumberjacks. They're coached by Mr. Steve Skiff.
Number 31, Sean Holden. Number 20, Tony Mongo. Number 32, Jay Martin. Number 3, Cody Churko. Number 21, Chris Mooney. Number 33, Jeremy Tracy. Number 45, Martin Hughes. Number 14, Justin Shameen. And now, starting five.
Tupper Lake starting five coming up. Zach Durfee, number 23. Jordan Clark, number 10. Ben Merrihew, number 43. Andrew Thompson, number 15. And Travis Skiff is the fifth starter. Here's the officials. Okay, we've got Ben Merrihew and Kyle Brassard. We're in the jump ball. Tupper Lake controls. Wild Bill Chase, Calvin Castine. Bill Chase singing's been compared to, what was that?
Nails on a chalkboard.
Nails on a chalkboard. Tupper Lake, first attack at the basket. That doesn't go. Number 11, Skiff with the ball. He's in the corner. Pulls it back out. Tupper Lake and Bobcats tangling in the semifinals of Section 7 Class C playoffs. Tupper Lake, the number 2 seed, Bobcats, number 3 seed. Cats advance to this game with the win over Lake Placid on Thursday night, the score being 50-30. Put the game away early. It was 22-2 after one quarter. Bobcats and Tupper Lake have tangled twice during the regular season, and Tupper Lake has won both games. It was a close ball game up in Tupper, where actually the Bobcats had an 8-point lead in the fourth quarter, but it ended up Tupper winning on the last shot of the game. In the game a couple weeks ago at NAC. As Tupper Lake starts off the scoring. They're up 2-0. A couple weeks ago, Tupper Lake and NAC played at NAC, and probably NAC's worst offensive game of the year. Tupper Lake won rather easily. Grasser, his first shot doesn't go. Pulled down by Thompson. Thompson had a big game against NAC in that game a couple weeks ago. Lumberjacks come in with number 2 seed, as said earlier, and they have finished the regular season with 11-7 record. Bobcats had an 8-10 record. Danny Myers from the corner, it doesn't go. Supley runs down the loose ball, gives it to Laporte. Laporte and Thompson, a couple of the leading scorers in the league here in this game. Laporte, a 3-pointer, makes it a 3-2 ball game. Laporte, he's been, according to the latest paper, 19.2 points per game, and then Mr. Thompson from Tupper Lake averages 21.3. Ball stripped away from Merrihew, knocked out of bounds. It's off in Laporte. Tupper Lake maintains possession, 16 seconds on the shot clock. Totally different atmosphere here for both teams. It's something they'll just have to adjust to, playing in this big field house at Plattsburgh State. The big problem is going to be which team is able to, a 5-second violation, which team will be able to handle the background of where the baskets sit, because the walls are on both ends of the court quite a ways away, and it's something that isn't easy to actually shoot a ball at a basket like this when all year long you've been in a smaller gymnasium. Laporte from outside, that doesn't go. Merrihew pulls down the rebound. Clark, he was trying to break out all by himself, but the Bobcat defense got back. Thompson from outside, 23 push. Myers gets called for a foul. Myers battling with Zach Durfee. Oh no, Travis Skiff, I think it was. Underneath, looking for position. First foul called. Knocked out of bounds. Laporte trying to deny Jordan Clark that ball. Saturday afternoon basketball. This is the first game of 4 semifinal games. Following this game will be Ticonderoga Seton. Seton comes in as the 5th seed, and Ticonderoga is, Seton's the 4th seed. Nice drive to the basket there. Tupper Lake up by 4-3. Ticonderoga, the number 1 seed in Class C, Section 7. Well, that pass goes right into the hands of Thompson. 4:40 left here in the first quarter. Then we got Class B semifinals later on today. I think one's that's stolen away. Okay, that was now it looked to me like his feet were out of bounds, but the ball was still in bounds, and then the ball wasn't even in his hands. How's that?
Well, if he goes out and comes back in, he's the last one to touch it and the next one to touch it.
Then it's out of bounds. Okay. Skiff with the ball. Skiff moves to his left. Laporte, though, there and strips it away. Laporte, by himself, takes it in and lays it up, and it's a 5-4 ball game. Bobcats on top. Cats are winners of 5 of their last 6 games, and the lone loss of that has been against this Lumberjack team. Got a foul called. Thompson taking it to the hoop. He's going to go to the line to shoot 2.
Foul working at line at Grasser is first, team second.
Thompson makes the first one of 2. Ties the ball game up 5-5. Who's Northeastern playing today? Plattsburgh? So it's Saranac and who in the other one? Saranac, Beatmantown in the one Class B semifinal. Northeastern gets the luxury of this number 1 seed PHS team. I think they only have 1 loss during the regular season. Peru and PHS were tied 17-1. Both teams beat each other once. Peru is the Class A representative. Bobcats down by 1. Brassard, line drive, 3-point shot. Scott with a strong rebound, takes it back up, scores, puts the Cats up 7-6. Clark gives it to Skip. Thompson, he's being watched by Brassard today. Brassard. Oh, Myers runs in there and he's fouled. That's his second. That forces Mr. Mike Recor to go to his bench, and Jake Bertrand comes into the contest. Bertrand's number 15 out there for the Bobcats. Thompson from three-point land, a little bit short. Long rebound. Thompson runs it down, it's out of the reach of Suplee. He finds number 31 wide open underneath. That'd be Sean Doolin. Doolin has come into contest as Merrihew is sitting out right now for Tupper Lake. Makes it an 8-7 ball game. Bertrand with the ball. Suplee with the ball. Bertrand underneath, puts it up, rolls out. All ends up in the hands of Andrew Thompson. Thompson driving, underhand, lays it up and in. That's off the head of Jake Bertrand, goes out of bounds. Got to stop the clock here. Bobcats are retrieving the ball. Biggest lead of the night, 3 points. The night, the day. It's this afternoon, folks, 2 o'clock start. Saturday, February 19th. The winner of this contest plays against next Saturday against the winner of the game to follow. This is Seton and Ticonderoga. Another rebound by Jeremy Scott, and he puts it up and in. That's very important. The Bobcats get on that offensive glass. They did not have a lot of second or third chances against Tupper Lake in that last game they played at NAC. It's a 10-9 ball game. Durfee finds Doolin cutting underneath, but he has to kick it back out to Thompson, who gives it to Clark. Swings it back to Thompson. Thompson, long-range three-pointer, doesn't go. Rebound, Jeremy Scott. He's working hard on the glass. This time on the defensive end. Laporte gives it to Scott. Scott comes up short, comes down into the hands of Clark. Ball on the floor. Doolin picks it up for Tupper Lake. Thompson finds Durfee. Durfee down in the corner. He's watched by Nate Rock. Nate Rock in the contest now for the Bobcats. Number 25, he replaced Suplee. 10-9 ball game. A minute left here in the first quarter. Foul against Tupper Lake, right? First foul on Tupper Lake called. Timeout called. 10-9 is the score. Okay, Bobcats with possession after the timeout. Got possession because of the foul called on Doolin, the first by Tupper Lake. He took out Laporte. Laporte, jump shot, doesn't go. Scott, he runs down the loose ball. Swings it over to, it's down low now. Bertrand, turnaround jump shot, he scores. Bobcats up by 1, 11-10. Thompson with the ball. 35 seconds left. 25 on the shot clock. Doolin gives it to Thompson. Ooh, that could have been a foul on Brassard. A lot of body contact there. Skiff back to Doolin. Doolin shot off the mark. Thompson steps out of bounds and grabbed the rebound, but 18.6 seconds on the clock. The Bobcats with a 1-point lead. Tupper Lake. Looks like they're playing the 1-3-1 zone. 3-point attempts, good. Brassard with that line drive three-pointer gives the Bobcats a 4-point lead from midcourt. Thompson, shots off the mark, and the Cats are up 14-10 after one complete quarter. And the Bobcat cheering squad takes the floor. Second quarter underway. Bill Chase, Calvin Castine, Hometown Cable, your ultimate high school sports network in Clinton County. Calvin's going to be here for all 4 games. I don't know about myself though. 4 games being semifinals, Class C and Class B for Section 7 here at Plattsburgh State Fieldhouse. 3-pointer, Merrihew can't get it to go. Brassard. Merrihew and Rock get tangled up there, and a little shoving by both of them. Bobcats with the ball and a 4-point lead after one complete quarter, 14-10. Cats doing a much better job of getting at least a second chance. They don't make the first one, and they're cracks to the basket. Laporte from downtown hits the 3-pointer. Cats up by 7, 17-10. Dolan with the ball. Tupper Lake, the number 2 seed against the number 3 seed, Northern Adirondack. Block. Whoa. Thompson driving hard into the basket, and it appeared Nate Rock had position, but the blocking foul is called. We go the basket. The ball actually did go in the basket, and was the foul before he took. No, if they're going to give him 2 shots, then they got to count the point. So, count the basket. Possible 3-point play. Andrew Thompson, one of the leading scorers here in the CBAC and in the North Country, makes it the 3-point play complete. It's a 4-point lead for the Bobcats. Nice play from Brassard to Jeremy Scott, who had great position. Brassard threading the needle there to get the pass down low. Scott all by himself puts the Cats up 19-13. Second quarter here. Upper Lake and Northern Adirondack tangling at the Plattsburgh State Fieldhouse. 3rd time in the regular season. That's a travel called. Thompson a little bit out of control. Got tangled up there with 3 Bobcat defenders around him. Winner of this contest will play the winner of Seton Ticonderoga. That game will be played next Saturday, I believe, here at the Fieldhouse. Jake Bertrand, he's inside the 2-point line, or the 3-point line. Ball's on the floor. Nate Rock gets tangled up. Somehow he gets it to Jeremy Scott. Jeremy Scott, the contact after the fact. Andrew Thompson with the block. Jim Supley goes back in the game. He replaces Nate Rock. The Bobcats are without the services of one of their players today. Danny LeClaire had a family commitment of some kind, and he's unable to be here today. Supley end up losing the ball. Thompson picks up the loose ball. Down the court, Skiff. Turnaround jump shot with the left hand. He scores. It's 19-15. Laporte slowly moving, walks the ball up. Brassard now driving the baseline. We got a foul called, I believe. 5:27 on the clock. Fouls on Andrew Thompson, his first of the day. The team's second. Rock returns, Jim Supley back out. Bertrand, Rock, Brassard, Jeremy Scott out there for the Bobcats. Passes behind Jeremy Scott. Pass would have been on. Scott would have had a clear look at the basket. Had the right idea, but just couldn't get the ball to him. Fifth foul on the Northern Adirondack team. Thompson throws that to open area, and Doolin has to run that ball down. I thought actually Thompson was throwing that ball away for a second. Doolin with the ball. Number 20 in the game now for Tupper Lake. That's Tony Longo. Longo has the ball, gives it to Thompson. Thompson gets Brassard up in the air. He misses on the shot. Thompson should have waited just maybe half a second. Jeremy Scott, it's out of bounds. I think we got a timeout called. 30-second timeout, 4:37 on the clock. The score 19-15, Northern Adirondack over Tupper Lake. About 4.5 minutes left here in the first half. Northern Adirondack tangling with Tupper Lake. Basketball action here on Hometown Cable. We're in the not too friendly confines of Plattsburgh State Fieldhouse. I say that because playing high school gymnasiums all year long, and then they come here with a quarter or the semifinals or the sectionals and the finals, and it's just totally different than what you're normally used to. Laporte took the ball down the court, didn't score, but hustled, steals the ball back, and the Bobcats got the ball. Brassard, he's hit one three-pointer. They go over the top, everybody to Laporte. Laporte's had a couple three-pointers fall in for him. Jeremy Scott has had an excellent first half for the Bobcats, working down low and working hard, catching the rebounds on the defensive and offensive end. Laporte hits the outside jump shot. It's a two-pointer. He was inside the three-point arc. So it's 21-15 Bobcats. First quarter ended with the Bobcats up. Oh, elbow to the eye. Brassard, can he get there? Nope, Thompson does. Thompson dishes to his teammate number 20, Longo. Longo's shot is off the mark. At the moment, it appears Tupper Lake is having their difficulties with the background, but the basket is in. 21-15, 3:11, a timeout called. The varsity cheering squad on the floor. Second horn, you're supposed to give up the ball, Mr. Jim Bruno. Okay. After the timeout, Bobcats with possession. Tupper Lake, the home team. Supley comes out, sets the pick on Skiff. Tupper Lake has their home jerseys. Supley to the left. He scores. Nice pass from Laporte, and Supley finishes. But NAC doesn't get down the floor. Skip was open. Doesn't convert. Great Rock with the rebound. And now Laporte has the ball. I think the Bobcats got a break there. Laporte gives to Bertrand. Jeremy Scott getting a breather right now. 2.5 minutes left in a half. 23-15 Bobcats over the Lumberjacks. Semi-final game of Class C. Laporte's shot doesn't go. Skiff doing a nice job of hustling, but he was off balance. Tried to save it and then ended up sending the ball back out of bounds. Bobcats get the ball back. There's a big break for the Cats. Merrihew steps out to help out with Laporte. Laporte from outside. That doesn't go. Brassard, he knocked. Oh, I thought that was off, and Brassard. Bobcats get the ball back. Third year actually being back here in the field house for a lot of years. Sectional semifinals and finals were held at Memorial Hall. There's a travel call, Bertrand. Memorial Hall is actually where Plattsburgh State plays still at Memorial Hall, their basketball games. Yep, they got a 4 o'clock game down there. Renovated the field house here with a new track and a new gym floor. Since they've done that, the high schools do come in here and for their playoffs. There's a nice pass. Doolin, his shot doesn't go. Good ball movement there by Tupper Lake to find a wide open man, but they can't convert. 1.5 minutes left here in the first half. It's a 23-15 ball game. Brassard down low to Supley. Nice pass. Supley with a good position on Merrihew. He scores 25-15. And Supley getting 4 points here in the late going of this half. Puts the Bobcats up by 10, their biggest lead of this afternoon. Laporte going for the steal, but Clark takes the shot. Long rebound. Oh, there's a push by Merrihew. Got away with it. Skiff. He can't get it to go. Supley boxing out Merrihew that time. And the ball ended up in the hands of Brassard. 40 seconds left in the half. Bertrand. Watched by Clark. 5-second violation. We've seen that a couple times now. Once against NAC. Well, he's dribbling the ball for 5 seconds, Robin.
Closely guarded.
You got to make a move to the basket. You can't be just standing there dribbling the ball. Thompson tries to go to the hoop. Brassard, he fouls him, actually. Pretty good defensive job there by Kyle. That's to deny Thompson the basket. That's his second, the team's 6, 25 seconds exactly left on the clock. Thompson on the line, he'll shoot 2. First one's good. Merrihew and Skiff, surrounded by 4 Cats. Somehow, I think that was a set play they wanted to miss on purpose. Merrihew tips it up and in. The 25-18 game. Ball's knocked out of bounds by Dolan. NAC maintains possession. 14.3 seconds on the clock. They are up by 7, 25-18. Laporte with the ball. Laporte watched by Skip. Very impressive first half by the Bobcats. Laporte lost it. Bertrand picked it up, gives it back to him. Laporte from outside. That don't go. Battle underneath. Supley puts it back up. He comes up a little bit short. And the Cats, with an impressive first half, have built a 7-point lead. They are up 25-18. We'll be back here on Hometown Cable. Wild Bill Chase, Calvin Castine, after the teams get a 10-minute break. We're on the air. Okay, starting off the second half here with a Tupper Lake Lumberjacks fanatic fan who's got our back to us, I guess, right now. We got a over and back violation down here on the court. You still on that fan, Calvin?
Going back to him.
You can't get a. There we go. He's sitting down. He's got his axe up there. It says "Go Jacks" on his sign. Been cheering for Tupper Lake for a lot of years. Laporte driving to the hoop, but hits the bottom of the basket. The rim, actually. Offensive foul called on Jordan Clark. That's first foul against Tupper Lake here in his half. Bobcats have a 25-18 lead after 2 complete quarters. Cats were led in scoring by Donnie Laporte, who had 10 points, and Jeremy Scott had chipped in with 6. Then Jim Supley, he had 4 points late in the half, helped the Bobcats pull out to this 7-point lead. Andrew Thompson is leading all Tupper Lake scorers with 12 points, and there's a pass to Scott. That's way out of his reach and goes out of bounds. The Bobcats turn it over. Calvin would have had that, of course. Even at his age, he would have had that. Thompson drives by Supley, off the glass and in. He's up to 14 points in a game. Pretty play there by Andrew Thompson. But Thompson, he's going to need some help from his teammates. 3 other teammates have scored here for Tupper Lake, but they each only have 2 points apiece. Danny Myers from outside. That doesn't go. Jordan Clark runs down the long rebound. Foul trouble-wise, Myers has 2. Brassard has 2. Tupper Lake, I think, only had 2 fouls called against him in that entire half. And that's a big foul right there. Brassard fouls Thompson. He'll go to the line to shoot 3. That's his 3rd. Brassard is a big defensive specialist for the Bobcats. He's going to be forced to sit on the bench here, probably the remainder of this 3rd quarter anyways. Thompson has scored 3 straight points. It's 25 to 21. It's 25 to 22. He's got 1 more shot. Jake Bertrand comes in. Thompson up to 17 points now for the game. And he is single-handedly keeping Tupper Lake in this contest. Now a 2-point game as he has rattled off 5 straight points to open up the 3rd quarter. It's 25-23. Wild Bill Chase, Calvin Castine here. Hometown Cable, your ultimate high school sports network. Laporte, crossover dribble, puts the shot up, and he scores. Merrihew down the court. He had the ball in his hands, but then Supley inadvertently knocks it out. Jeremy Scott gives the ball to Laporte. Laporte lost it, run the ball back down. Down low to Jeremy Scott. Scott stripped away. 3 Tupper Lake defenders were on him, but Bobcats got the ball back. That ball's knocked out of bounds by NAC. They turn the ball over. Zach Durfee doing a little high jump over the chairs there. Did you catch that? Extra entertainment here on Hometown Cable provided by number 23, Zach Durfee. Thompson driving to the hoop. He dishes off to Skiff. Skiff on the other side of the basket puts it up and in. It's back to a 2-point game, 27-25. Cats making it to the semifinal game. Their victory over Tupper Lake. Bertrand forced to throw a ball because he was being surrounded defensively there. Ends up throwing it away. Thompson now with the ball for Tupper Lake. Thompson watched by Bertrand. Skiff moves to his left, pops the shot. Rebound, Merrihew. Ball's on the floor. Supley picks up the loose ball. Merrihew got tied up with Danny Myers. He had the ball initially on the rebound. Skiff watching Laporte. Laporte goes by Skiff, drives to the hoop. He's fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2 with 4:35 on the clock. Foul is on Merrihew, Ben Merrihew, number 43, his first, the team's second of this half. Laporte, one of the leading scorers in the CVAC, along with Thompson for Tupper Lake. Thompson, he's the 1-2 number 3 scorer, and Laporte number 4 scorer. It could come down to which one of them has the better game here. Doolin from outside. Supley comes down with a rebound. Dishes to Laporte. 2-on-2 break for the Bobcats. Laporte using his speed. Works around the defender. Fends him off with his body and scores. Pretty play there by Donnie Laporte. Merrihew now on the left side. Takes down Danny Myers. Ball's on the floor. We're going to have a jump ball possession area in favor of NAC. They'll get the ball with 4:06 on the clock and a 5-point lead. 30-25. What's this gym floor made out of, you know? It's not the normal gymnasium floor you see in a high school gym. Actually, when the ball bounces here, it's really sort of like deadens the sound. I've been a few times at it's taken a couple of different funny hops on both teams. Laporte with the ball. Gives to Myers. Myers swings it over to Brassard. Brassard tries to go down low. He's watched by Thompson. Brassard throws that, or not Brassard, Bertrand throws that ball away right into the hands of Andrew Thompson. Bertrand is going to be called for the foul. Foul. Jake Bertrand, his first, team second of this half. Durfee will inbound the ball. Gets it to Thompson. Thompson watched by Scott. Nate Rock back in the contest. Thompson moves to his right, hits the jump shot. Also number 31 in there for Tupper Lake. That's Sean Doolin. Myers swings it over to Laporte. 3 minutes left here, a 3-point game. 3 minutes in the third quarter, that is. Jeremy Scott, and a nice pass from Laporte, and he finishes it, makes a 5-point lead, 32-27. Scott has been an inside presence. Doolin saves the ball, or Durfee, I mean. Laporte, he's on the receiving end of that effort by Durfee, takes it down and he scores. Cats and Tupper Lake tangling in this Class C Section 7 semifinal game. Laporte, ball's knocked out of his hands. The winner of this game will play the winner of Ticonderoga and Seton. That game is to immediately follow. We've got Beekman Town tangling against Saranac later on this afternoon, and Northeastern battles Plattsburgh High School. We got a timeout called, 2:30 on the clock. Bobcats up 34-27.
For the offense that was late getting out, they put the ball down. The defense is late.
Right, you're very correct in that. And then they would put the ball down and start counting. Tupper Lake has been all day long taking their sweet time coming out of huddles, especially after timeouts. Bertrand driving. Myers, though, has to save that ball, and Bertrand tried to dish it off to Rock. 2:16 on the clock. Jeremy Scott, he's in down low, and they find him again. That's Laporte with the pass. Makes it 36-27. A couple interesting things about the lower seeds here today is that the Bobcats are winners of 5 out of 6. And Seton has won 4 in a row themselves. And Seton has to play Ticonderoga, a team that has played well all year. And Tupper Lake here, they've been a consistently good team throughout the year. 11-7 record against the 8-10 Bobcats. There's Durfee driving to the hoop and scoring. 1.5 minutes left here in the third quarter. Cats up 36-29. Travis Skiff trying to deny the ball to Laporte. Laporte got it, gives it back to Myers. They go to Scott. Scott takes it up and is fouled. He'll go to the line with 1:21 on the clock. He's going to shoot 2. No, not in the act of shooting? Okay. The official says he was not in the act of shooting. Who are we? I'm just doing the play-by-play. Calvin's working the camera. Pass almost stolen. Laporte though, his shot rocked there. Knocked back out to Jeremy Scott. Myers from outside nails the jump shot. It's 38-29 Bobcats. Minute left in the third quarter. Durfee, the skiff, Jordan Clark. Thompson by himself takes it. Foul is on number 15, Jake Bertrand. Thompson. He's up close to 20 points for Tupper Lake. 50 seconds on the clock. He'll be shooting 2. Cats up by a score of 38-29. Thompson makes it an 8-point ball game, 38-30. Cats have been without the services of their defensive specialist, Kyle Brassard, who picked up his 3rd foul early in this 3rd quarter. Jake Bertrand has come in and done a fine job. Thompson's getting his, but what has actually happened is the Bobcats are shutting down the rest of the Tupper Lake team. Travis Skipp normally gets involved in the offensive work for Tupper Lake. He's been shut down. Bertrand from outside. That just gets a friendly roll and drops in. Wow. Looked like it hit the bottom of the rim, popped up. Thompson moves to his left. He has Skiff open. The Skiff didn't expect the pass, ended up losing it. 10 seconds left. Laporte going to take it. Moves to his left, pops the shot off. Doesn't go. Thompson with a heads-up play to make sure nobody touches that. Throws it down the other end of the court. Let the Cats maintaining the lead. Oh, we got somebody down on the floor. Jeremy Scott. Oh. Something on his back. He's getting up. Appears he's going to hopefully be okay. Let's hope so for the Bobcats' sake. They are up by 9 going into the 4th quarter, 40-31. Jeremy Scott still in pain over there on the Bobcat bench. Grimacing on the sidelines. I think he's trying to work it out. Jim Supley comes in the ball game to replace Scott. We've got Nate Rock, Supley, Laporte, Bertrand, Myers out there for the Bobcats. Tupper Lake down by 9. There's Thompson. Thompson driving to the hoop. Those two don't go. Foul is on who? 2-3. Myers. Danny Myers picking up his 3rd foul. The team 4th against the Cats. Thompson inbounds to Skiff. 4th quarter underway here. Wild Bill Chase, Calvin Castine, Hometown Cable. Durfee underneath. Holds the ball back up, and Tupper Lake now going to show a full court press. That's through the hands of Myers. Jeremy Scott has worked out the kinks. He's back in the contest. Jim Supley to replace Jim Supley, that is. Jordan Clark working against Laporte. It's 40-33. Durfee made it a 7-point game. Durfee, his shot doesn't go. Long rebounds over Jake Bertrand. Thompson. Travel call. Bobcats ball. 7:06 here left in the 4th quarter. First game of 4 here. Brassard returning after sitting on the bench for most of the 3rd quarter. We're in the renovated field house at Plattsburgh State. Donnie Laporte tries to force that ball into Rock. Skiff running the floor. He can't get by Laporte and Myers. They cut him off. Tupper Lake. Ooh, Thompson almost looked like he was going to walk there. Got rid of the ball quick enough. Thompson being watched by Brassard. Takes it to the hoop. Goes by Brassard. Makes it a 5-point game. 40-35. Can't be. You got to play like you're going to win and not scared to lose. NAC crashing the boards. That's out of bounds off in Tupper Lake. Cats have led most of this ball game. Ended up the first quarter with a 14-10 lead. Pass inside the Rock. 14-10 after one. It was 25-18 after two. 40-31 after three complete quarters. We are now at 40-35. Tupper Lake down by 9 going into this fourth quarter. Ball's on the floor. Somehow Travis Skiff can't get them points to fall in for him there. He's down underneath. Looked like he had 2 points going in. We've seen a shot earlier by Jake Bertrand that sort of crawled up over the rim for the Bobcats and fell in. Not in that case for Tupper Lake. 5:51 on the clock. Cats have yet to score any points in the fourth quarter. They are still up by 5, 40-35. NAC's been getting it done defensively most of the game here, but they look like a little fourth quarter jitters right now to start off. Skiff has it, losing it. Oh, no foul called. There's a reach in. Good thing I got this microphone on.
Like a soccer move, huh?
Wow.
Fell by himself.
Had a reach in, he got tripped up. No foul called. Myers on the inbound play, gets the ball from Laporte. Brasser to Suplee. Suplee, what was that? Okay. Oh. Kyle Brassard picking up his fourth foul. 5 minutes left. Another foul and he's out of the ball game. I guess that went off north of Adirondack. It looked like a fumble-eye over there. 5:02 on the clock, fourth quarter here. Hometown Cable, Wild Bill Chase, Calvin Castine, Skiff with a spin move. Suplee. Suplee's fouled. Suplee using his strength there that time. Ripping down that rebound. 4:53 on the clock. That's 14 fouls now on Tupper Lake. Showing a partial full court press. Laporte gets the ball from Scott. Scott saving it. Gets it back to Laporte. "15 seconds on the shot clock. Suplee sets the pick. Swing it over to Myers. Down low to Jeremy Scott. He's got some big baskets for NAC. Back out to Myers. Myers three-pointer. Had a battle underneath. Laporte come up with a loose ball. New 35 seconds on the clock. Shot clock for the Bobcats. Laporte just undressed Mr. Durkee with that crossover dribble. 42-35. Bobcats' first points of the quarter. Thompson with Brassard. Brassard's got 4 fouls. He's got to be careful. They dish to number 31, who's wide open, Sean Doolin. Defensive breakdown there for the Bobcats. And he's fouled by Jeremy Scott. That's his first. 3:50 on the clock. Cats up by 7. Doolin on the line. He'll shoot 2. Bounces around a couple times but falls in. matter how it gets in there, as long as it goes through the hoops and it counts. Second one, no good. Ball's tapped out, and Brassard's on the receiving end of that. I think it was somebody from Tupper Lake. I actually swung it out into the hands of Brassard. Skiff with Laporte. Skip. Try to force something down low to Jeremy Scott. Got a timeout called. 3:28 on the clock. 42-36. Northern Adirondack on top of Tupper Lake here in this Class C semifinal game on Hometown Cable. Maryhill returns. Jordan Clark, Travis Skiff, Andrew Thompson, and stolen away. Laporte lays it up and in. Big steal there for the Bobcats. Laporte again. He's got another steal. He's fouled. Laporte using his speed and quickness. But a couple big steals. Tony Longo comes in, replaces Jordan Clark. Longo, actually, he's the guy who elbowed Donnie Laporte in the eye earlier in the game. No foul was called. Laporte being watched by Thompson. We're going to have a foul called. There's a break for the Bobcats. Yeah, somebody threw a knee into Laporte. Laporte's limping a little bit. 2:53 on the clock. Someone's Northern Adirondack calling a timeout. 44-36 is the score. Currently NAC over Tupper Lake. Okay. NAC with the ball. Tupper Lake again coming late out of their huddle after the timeout. Usually they don't move until they get the second horn. Longo watching Jeremy Scott, but he goes right over the top of Longo and scores. It's a 10-point game with 2:40 left in the contest. 46-36. Northern Adirondack looking for the upset here today. They come in as the number 3 seed. They're playing against the number 2 seed Tupper Lake. Bobcats getting here with their win over Lake Placid on Thursday night by a score of 50-30. Thompson, who's having a big day for Tupper Lake, loses the ball, and NAC now has it. Cats got to be real smart with their clock management. Myers gets the ball to Scott. No, he doesn't. That's tapped away by Thompson and Durfee. They team up to get the ball back for Tupper Lake. Brassard's going to be fouling out right there on that.
Foul Northern Adirondack. Brassard is 5th. Team 8.
Nate Rock coming in the game. There's something interesting. How come they're not buzzing it? Kyle Brassard with 5 fouls is still in the contest. Travel. Brassard, the defensive specialist for NAC, he's fouled out. But he got an extra set of 20 seconds or so of playing time. They were subbing for Nate Rock. Jim Supley came in the contest. And the officials, I don't know, maybe they didn't hear the announcer, Foxy Gagnon, public address announcer, saying that Brassard's 5th. Down down low. Durfee, the receiving end. That charity basket makes it a 46-38 game. Cats up by 8. 1:27 to go here in the fourth quarter. 1:27 left on the clock. Cats up by 8. We're in Plattsburgh State Fieldhouse. Wild Bill Chase, Kelvin Castine for Hometown Cable. Laporte being denied the ball. Jeremy Scott gets it to Myers. Myers. Knocked out of bounds. Off in Durfee. Tupper Lake fans and coach don't like that call. 1:20 on the clock. 29 seconds on the shot clock. Bobcats still have the ball. Laporte. Wow. Calvin says he was bumped, looked like NASCAR out there. Oh, they wouldn't call that a foul in NASCAR though when you get bumped like that, so I guess it's not a foul here. Thompson, three-pointer. It's good. First three-pointer for Tupper Lake. Makes it a 46-41 ball game. 1:05 on the clock. Someone called a timeout. .105 on the clock. Cats looking to hang on if they can. Laporte, he's got the wide open look. He'll go to the line to shoot two. 1:01 on the clock. Somehow NAC broke the press there rather easily. But a heads up play by Oh, they called a flagrant foul. Well, that's real big for the Bobcats in that they'll get possession back. He's shooting two. I didn't see the official indicate that. Big basket there. 47-41. Up by 6 is NAC with 1:01 on the clock. He's going to shoot another foul shot, and they will get the ball back on the sideline. Donnie Laporte. Been leading the way here all afternoon for NAC. Makes both them foul shots. Bobcat ball. I guess it's down underneath. I thought it'd be on the sides, but I stand corrected. Timeout called. Laporte couldn't find anybody open and didn't want the 5-second violation called against him. And NAC has a 7-point lead. 1:01 on the clock. Fourth quarter. Cats 1 minute away from advancing to next Saturday's game, which will be played at scramble on the floor. Possession arrow favor of NAC. 56.5 seconds on the clock. February 26th, Class C championship game scheduled for 2 o'clock here at the Fieldhouse. Championship Friday and Saturday next weekend. Girls play on Friday. Boys play on Saturday. Laporte, little touch foul. He's going to go to shoot the 1-and-1. Tupper Lake forced to foul Laporte, stop the clock. 49.1 seconds on the Laporte. A couple big fouls. Well, at least the first one's a big one. He's got to make the first one to be able to get the second one. Cats can hang on. It'll be considered an upset. They're the number 3 seed, playing Tupper Lake, the number 2 seed. That doesn't go. Thompson knocks it out of bounds. He didn't want to do that, but he had Supley right there on his back. Bobcats get the big break. Bertrand, three-pointer, nails it. Man, it looked like he was fouled too, but no call. 51-41, NAC up by 10. Ball's down on the floor. Foul is going to go against Thompson, number 15. Things going NAC way. 36.3 seconds. They've got a 10-point lead. We're going down the other end to shoot the 1-and-1. Jim Bruno giving him too much leeway to talking to him. Steve Skiff is the second time I've seen him against NAC. He got a lot of leeway at NAC game. Holding on to that ball just so he can get his opinion in there. Myers on the line. Next one puts the Bobcats in the double bonus. That one falls in. Big foul shot there. Cats can hang on here. They will play the winner of Seton and Ticonderoga. That game will follow here at the Fieldhouse. The other semifinal game scheduled for today for Class C. Thompson loses the ball. Laporte going to use his speed. We got a foul called. Skip's third, team's 10th. Now we're in the double bonus. NAC's shooting 2, no matter if they miss the first one or not. This will be the biggest victory of Mike Recor's coaching, head coaching career. It's his second year at Northern Adirondack, and it looks like he's going to have his team in the finals against the winner of Seton and Ticonderoga. The Tupper Lake Lumberjack fan, he's got his hat off, he's pounding his axe down, but I think it's a little bit too little too late. Thompson from downtown, that doesn't go. Jeremy Scott, who has an excellent game on the boards, pulls down another rebound, and he's fouled. We're going back down the other end to shoot a couple more foul shots.
Tupper Lake looks like they want to settle this in the parking lot, though.
Okay. Well, you know, I think I can say it's time to warm up the bus.
And with any luck, this will be the last Tupper Lake basketball game in Section 7.
Ah, there we go. Yeah, you said this could be historic. It is going to be historic. NAC pulling it off. Jeremy Scott nailing 2 jump shots. A big defensive effort here put forth by the Bobcats. Thompson got his points. They shut down the rest of the squad. Actually, NAC doing to them what Tupper Lake did to them a couple weeks ago. Laporte, he's going to run out the clock. And there it is, folks. A big upset here this afternoon. NAC prevailing by a score of 55-41. Donnie Laporte, Jeremy Scott, a couple of the seniors, captains of the team, led the way. They now will play in the championship game of Class C Section 7 next Saturday afternoon, 2 o'clock start. And they play against the winner of the game to follow here, Seton and Ticonderoga. Cats up their overall record of 12-10. And Mike Recor's got to be happy with his squad. Very impressive effort here by Northern Adirondack. Wild Bill Chase, Calvin Castine for Hometown Cable. I want to wish everybody a good day. Be careful out there on the roads. Still winter. Have a good day, folks.